Alright then, it looks like the stream is all set and we are live. So, hey guys, Pogo here, and welcome to the final episode of the SurvivalGames miniseries. In this episode, we are going to debug the SurvivalGames plugin. Now, for those of you who are watching this live, you will have the ability to join me and help debug the program, or the plugin. I will have a server live. You'll get the IP soon, and then you will be able to join the server and play some survival games. Now remember, everything, I don't live stream too often, so there may be a couple of bumps, and especially since we're debugging a plugin, the server might crash, or I might have to stop it and restart it, so you never know what happens, but stand by with me and we'll get everything to work. Just a couple of logistics. I do have a second monitor plugged in. I have this monitor right here that has Eclipse and Minecraft. Then on my other monitor, I have Skype open because I'm talking to a couple people who are helping me run the server. I also have a program called Transmit so that I can upload the plugin every time I change it. I have the console open so I can check for any, stack traces, any errors that happen. And I also have the live stream open so that I can make sure that the stream doesn't go down, and I can also see all of your comments easily. So if you do have a comment, if you have a question or anything, please let me know in the comments. Please try to keep it on topic to the survival games. If it's about something unrelated, I'm not going to answer it, not because I don't want to answer it, but because it doesn't really have to do with the current topic, and I'd rather not, take the time to answer it right now. So, I suppose we might as well get started. The first thing we need to do is we need to write the plugin.yml because we do not have a plugin.yml yet. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So the first thing that we'll do is go over to the src folder and create a new file which we're going to call plugin.yml. Now also don't forget that there is a slight delay. I'm looking at the live stream as it is live and as it is me doing it, and it's maybe a 5 to 10 second delay, which means that if you make a message, then I will see it instantly, but by the time you hear my response, it'll be, a couple seconds. So just keep that in mind. There is a delay. Alright, so now we have the plugin.yml open. Let's go ahead and write this, and then finally we can export it and give it a try. So first thing is name, which I called it Bloodbath. The second thing would be the version. Go ahead and call this version 1.0. The main would be me.pogostick29dev.bloodbath. And then I think main. And then the author would be me, pogostick29dev. And then the description is the last thing, or one more thing after this. So the description would be a SurvivalGames plugin. One last thing. We need to add the depend line because remember we have world edit support, which we added in, I think it was the last video before this one. We added world edit support, so we need to depend upon world edit, which means that world edit needs to be installed in order to use this plugin. So make sure that you write depend world edit so that we know that this plugin will not work unless it has world edit. And now let's go ahead and register the commands. So I believe that the command, or I should probably check in main, the command is Bloodbath. So the command is Bloodbath. Okay. The usage is going to be /command args in brackets, and then optional args in the. So args are in diamond brackets, those are the required things, and then optional args are in the square brackets, those are not necessarily required. And then, of course, the description, bloodbath command, whatever we want to call it. Okay, so now we have what looks like a pretty good plugin.yml ready. So let's go ahead and export this as a jar file. I'm going to go put it in my testing server, and I'm going to name it Bloodbath. Finish. And just ignore that. Okay, so now I'm going to head over to my second screen, and all I'm going to do is take Bloodbath and drag it into the server. And, okay, it just finished uploading. So now I'm going to reload, and let's see if it starts. Alright, I saw a stack trace just go through, and the plugin is not listed, which means that it did not work. So, hang on 1 second, I'm going to open up the log. It's a little bit trickier like this, but I can do that, and the log should open. Okay. So this is the log of everything, and I think if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see if we can find this. And here's the stack trace. Oh yeah, okay. So the first issue that we have is I am compiling this with Java 8, and the server that we're using, I guess, doesn't have it. So let's go ahead and fix that. So right-click on the project, go to Properties, Java build path, and then we're going to remove Java 8, add library. It's going to be a JRE system library, and instead of Java 8, we're going to use Java 6. Why do these all say Java 8? That's strange. Maybe Java 7 will work. Let's try Java 7. Maybe not. Okay. So let's see if Java 7 will work. If not, I might need to change it. But all I'm doing right now is, you know, I was exporting in Java 8, but the server doesn't have Java 8, so it's not compatible. So I have to, you know, get it to be compatible. So let's see if this will work. Okay, it is uploading. Finished. And now we'll go ahead and reload. Okay, we got another error. It's probably the same error. It might still be the same error. Okay, so let's go check out the log. Alright, so here's the log. And if we scroll all the way down, okay, it's the same thing. So, just stand in with me, or hang on with me for a second. I just need to reconfigure this properly. Okay, I just have to do Java 6, so don't worry about this part. Just have to remember where it is. I think it's in library, application support. Or no, maybe just library and then Java. These are the kind of things that if they happened on a, yeah, there we go. These are the kind of things that if they happened on, you know, when I wasn't live, I would just fix it and start over. But obviously, I can't do that now. So let's see if it'll work now. I don't have an error except, oh, I see. Just remove. I'm using Java 6, which doesn't have this safe varargs annotation, so I'm just going to ignore that. Oh, I see. It thinks that it has it, but does it not? Okay. So then we're just going to remove that, and that should take care of that. So let's export it and see if it'll work this time. Okay, so now it is exported. Again, sorry about this, guys. You know, these kind of things happen. But now we should be good. Now we're uploading. Okay, it says it's uploading. Alright, so it says it's uploading in the background. I'm not quite sure why it's taking so long. I think the server just froze for a second. Okay, let me see if I can take care of this. Just going to upload the plugin, replace, and okay, there we go, worked that time. So now, okay, we stopped the server, and we are going to start the server again. And this time, you're going to watch for a stack trace, and I did see one, so hopefully this should be fixed. Let's see if it's something else this time. No, it is not. It is the same error with the unsupported major minor versions. Probably should have tried this first, but I didn't. So now I guess we have to go ahead and figure this out. So it looks fine. I'm using Java 6. Let's check the compiler. I guess we should make sure that we're doing Java 6. That could have something to do with it. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it does. Okay, so I just switched it to say that we need to have the Java 6 compiler, which means that code that only works on Java 7 and Java 8 won't work. So we just have to go and change these, like the diamond writing is not allowed. So I just changed this from array list, and I added lobby sign right in there because before Java 7 you had to explicitly state it. Same, these are all pretty much going to be same thing. Okay, so then this needs to be string get. Oh, and then this needs to be I think it's a vector. Let me just quickly check and see if it's a vector or not. So this is going to be create arena and minimum point. Oh no, it's a location. Okay. So that should take care of that. And then this needs to be an array list of block state. We just have to state it specifically. Then here, again, we need to state that it's an array list of type game command. Then right here, we need to state it's an array list of type item stack. Then here, we need to state it is a hash map of type string and object. Otherwise, everything else looks good. All those errors went away, so maybe this time it will actually work since this code is 1.6 compatible. Okay, so now let me try uploading it again. Okay, and replace. Okay, so it is uploading right now, and this should fix it because the code is now Java 6 compatible. So, should work. Alright, so it is uploading right now. It's being a bit slow. Hope it doesn't get too slow once everyone joins. Okay. So, sorry for this, guys. It says it's waiting for the connection. I have the people in charge of the server, working on it right now. Not too much I can do, but I think the server is lagging a little bit or something. Again, this is the kind of stuff that you can't really help until it starts. So in the meantime, I might as well answer some questions. So Smelly Jelly 1998 says, you didn't give the full error. The error is just that I'm writing Java 6 code, and it is not compatible with, and I'm writing code in Java 8, sorry, and it should be Java 6, because the server is Java 6 or Java 7, but Java 8 code doesn't work. Hang on one second, I'll be right back. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That was my dog. Okay, so the code was not, is not, oh, I'm sorry. I was writing in Java 8, and I needed to be writing in Java 6. Then also, I think it was Mind Legend who asked, why are you using Livestream and not Twitch? The answer is because Twitch does not really work very well for Mac. There's no great way to do it. Livestream has its own application. I can just click one button, and that's all that it takes. So I prefer Livestream. Okay, so it looks like the server is getting DDoSed, or it's getting hit, or something's happening to the server right now. So we're going to have to wait for a little bit. I think that we do have protection, but we're going to try to figure this out. So in the meantime, not too much. I think I saw someone ask about continuing the Swing series. I'm going to stop the Swing series, but I'm starting a series on Java FX, which is similar to Swing, but it is newer and better. Alex Bustos says, will you ever have your own public server? Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I did at one point have one for a little while, and it didn't really work out too well. So I did at one point, and I probably would not do it again in the future. Didn't work too well. Alright, so now we are just waiting to see what's going on. I'm not quite sure why we are being hit, because I never told anyone what the IP address is. And I guess just quickly answer, Alexander Noble says, does Java FX support MP3? Yes, Java FX supports audio and video out of the box, so you can play audio and video. Smelly Jelly 1998, I do have a permission system set up. I have ranks, so once everyone gets onto the server, people won't be able to break stuff or do anything else. Okay, so Blake H says, do you know any other programming languages? I spend most of my time in Java. I have occasionally looked into other languages like PHP. I tried for a little while, and that's pretty cool. And I've looked into other languages, but for now I mainly code in Java. I'm thinking about switching over to Swift. Let's see, some other questions. YOLO Enderman asks, is storing players in an array list okay as long as you take the player out if they quit? That's a good question, because that's a big debate over what's going on there. And the issue that happens is if you put a ton of players if you put a ton of players in an array list, and then let's say I put a player in an array list, and then the player leaves, normally the garbage collection would just collect the player and it would remove it. But if I still have it in the array list, it can't remove the player, and then it would keep on happening. So you want to remove the player when they leave, but otherwise it's fine. You could also store the names, which always works, but as long as you're careful, there's really no reason why you should have to not use a player instance. Okay, so the server is still down right now. Not much we can do. Maybe we could try adding a feature to the plugin. Might as well. And Zach H just asked, is there one arena setup or a few? I have 2 arenas right now. I think that they each have 24 spawns. So that would fit 48 people in total. So, you know, we'll have to figure it out once we actually get there. The B-Man Swan 541 said, what interests you specifically in coding Bucket plugins? And the whole reason why I started Java in the first place is because I wanted to code Bucket plugins. I like Bucket and I like Minecraft, so I wanted to do it, and that is how I decided to. That's how I decided to get started. Let's see. Oh, so someone asked, John Bubbles asked, regarding the copyright video that I posted the other day, the code terms and conditions video, he asked, what are we allowed to do with the code? Basically, if you're going to use the code for educational purposes, if you're trying to learn how to do something, then that's just fine. But if you take the code and just stick it up on your server, then that's basically just taking my work and, you know, using it for yourself. So that's when it's not fine. Alex asked, do you know how to make Minecraft mods? At the moment, I don't, but I have been considering learning so that I could teach people. Sebas Capo asked, who taught you how to program Java, Swing, and other things? If you watched my, I think it was the 500 subscribers special, I did mention that I learned at a 5-day camp, which taught me a little bit, good starting point. And then from there, I moved on and learned the rest of the stuff more or less on my own, you know, with help from some people and, of course, the Bucket forums. Okay, so in the meantime, it was pointed out to me that some commands that are very sensitive, like, for example, create arena, there's no reason right now why any user can't run the command, and that's obviously a problem, because if I have 54 people joining the server, then I don't really want to have everyone being able to run this. So let's go ahead and add a feature right now while we figure out what's going on with the server. So the feature that we're going to add is each command can have a permission associated with it, and then we have to check for the permissions. So what we're going to do is head over to the command info annotation, and we're going to add one more thing. We're going to add a boolean called op, and this means if true, only an operator can run this command. Okay, so we're going to add this, and now we have to go back to all of the classes and then add this. So for add chest, op is going to be equal to true, because only an operator should be able to add chest. For add lobby sign, that should be, op is equal to true, because only an operator should be able to add a lobby sign. For add spawn, op should be equal to true. For create arena, op again should be equal to true. Remove arena, op should be equal to true. And for join and leave, those are the 2 commands that we can allow anyone to use. So for here, we can say op is equal to false, and then also here we can say op is equal to false. So this means that all of the commands except for join and leave should only be able to be run by an operator, whereas the commands like join and leave should be able to be run by anyone. So the last thing we have to do for this is to head over to the command manager and make sure that the player has permission in order to run this. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so let's just go ahead and finish this. So right here, we can say, so now at this point we know that we do have a wanted command, but what we want to say is if wanted dot get class dot get annotation command info dot class dot op and exclamation point p dot is op, or you could say p dot has permission. Then in this case we want to p dot send message, and we're going to say you don't have permission to use this command. So now if someone tries to use a command like create arena or remove arena, and they don't have, and if they're not an operator, then they will not be able to use it, and it will say you don't have permission to use this command. So now we've just mitigated a lot of problems that could have occurred. Okay, so it looks like what we're going to do is we have a second server that's running. So I'm going to go ahead and send the plugin over there with the new feature that we just wrote, and we're going to see if we can get this to work out. Alright, so please stand by. And to Sonic Wolf's Dutch, who says, please tier 1 and tier 2 chests. I'm not sure what the difference is between a tier 1 and a tier 2 chest, so if you let me know about that, then I could look into it. And then Zach H says, what's the difference between return false and return true? If you write return false, then it'll print out an error message. If you write, or not an error message, it'll just say, it'll print out the usage information in plugin.yml, which is right here. If you say return true, then it doesn't print it out. It's not really necessary. Okay, so it looks like the server over here works now. So let me go ahead and join the server. I'm going to join it without showing the IP just to quickly make sure that everything is working. And then otherwise I'll go ahead and release the IP address. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so I'm in the server, just waiting for it to load. And okay, looks like it is a little bit slow right now. Okay, so the tier 1, okay, I see. So the tier 1 chest would be like the valuable items with like diamonds and golden apples and iron swords and armor, and then the tier 2 chests are, you know, all the other boring items. So that's obvious, that's definitely not a bad idea, and since this isn't working, we might as well go ahead and add another feature. So I suppose that we probably could do that. Actually, it looks like the old server is now up. I was just able to log into it. So, alright, I guess this other server works. Alright, so I will go ahead and post the IP address, and everyone can join. Let me just quickly make sure that the plugin works. And hopefully, nothing else will happen. Okay, so first I need to upload the plugin, and it should work this time. I'm really hoping. Yes, it did. And now I'm going to reload, and now it showed up. Awesome. Now we can finally get some work done. I just posted the IP address into the chat, so you can go ahead and join there. And then in the meantime, I'm also going to quickly post I'm going to post this as a text post so that if you miss the IP address, you can just look right below the video and you'll be able to see it. Alright, there we go. So the IP is now posted, and you guys should be able to join at this point because I am on there. Looks like everyone is saying that they can't connect. Hang on 1 second. That might have been the wrong IP address. Okay. Let's see if... I think this is the right IP address. I'm sorry, guys. I think I just gave you the wrong IP address. Yeah. Here's the right one. That's the correct IP address. And I'm going to go ahead and update it right below so that you guys can see the fixed one. Okay, so at this point, you guys should be able to join. I'm hoping. So, here's the server right here. Okay, so it looks like people are still having some issues. Okay. Try again. I think we might have had a whitelist on. Okay, and so everyone so everyone is getting the connection throttle. So we'll go ahead and fix this. Okay, so it looks like I might have again given you the wrong IP address. Let me just quickly try. I think that it was supposed to be holistic29.tk. Let's see if this one works. Okay, so I just got the same message as well. Okay, let me see if I can fix connection throttle. I think that's in bucket.yml, and I'm going to change connection throttle to -1, and now I'm going to stop the server. Let me just quickly stop the server. And now I'm going to start the server. Okay, so the server should be starting in just a second, and I turned off the connection throttle, so it should be working. Again, sorry about this, guys. I don't know. There's not really too much I can do right now. Let me see if I can get my server guy to come on over. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask while we're waiting. Okay, so right now it looks like, yeah, server is not running. I guess I might as well take this time to give a shout out to Harry and Naor. They are both in the chat right now, and they're helping me with the server. They are helping me run the server. So thanks to them. You know, they're gonna try to help deal with this. Okay, so let's see if the server will work now. Okay, so logging in, and okay, I logged in, and looks like everyone's able to join. Only took about a half an hour, but now it looks like we can finally maybe do something. So let's see how this goes. Now remember, there's probably going to be about 50 or more of you joining into the server at once, and I'm not quite sure how strong it is, or how powerful it is, so we might have issues there. Okay, so it looks like I am lagging right now. Looks like the server is having some serious lag, but let's go ahead and see if we can get started. Obviously the plugin is not set up at all, but if I do /bloodbath, it should, if you give it a second, should show me a list of all of the information. So obviously this server is having some issues handling all of these people coming on at once. But as you can see, Bloodbath did run, and it looks like we might have gotten a stack trace. Let me check and see if we did. And we might need to add more RAM in order to handle all of the people. So hang on one second, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Alright, so, let's see. Okay, so Bloodbath is on there, but I'm not sure if it's working. Let me just go ahead and quickly try. Bloodbath join. Okay, so yeah, right now it is currently not working, the plugin. I'm waiting to see if there's a stack trace, because I think this is running on a different server. Let me just quickly connect and see if it is. 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I'm at the console now. So let's see if we get a stack trace when I run it. Okay, console's going pretty crazy right now. Okay, so it looks like the command is just not registered or something, because it's not working correctly. So let's check in main. Get command bloodbath.set executor to be new command manager. And then in here, I have it to be, excuse me. Let me see if we can bring this back a little bit. So let's see if this will work any better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reload the server. Let's see if this will upload. Okay, good. It is uploading. Okay, so looks like a bunch of people are trying to join, but it's saying that the server is full. This is like completely spamming the server. So I think we're going to have to add more slots to the server, because too many people are trying to join. So we're going to have to stop the server right now. We're going to add more RAM, and we're going to add more slots. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to stop the server right now. And, okay. Okay, so this is certainly very interesting. But okay, so now we're just going to wait for the server to restart. And then in the meantime, it looks like Bloodbath is fine. And that's all good. Alright, in the meantime, we might as well go ahead and add a feature because we don't have anything else to do. So let's go ahead and add the chests. We can have the tier 1 and tier 2, and the tier 1 chests have better items than the tier 2 chests. So that's going to take maybe 5 or 10 minutes, which is, you know, the perfect amount of time. Alright, so, looks like we just got upgraded to 20 gigabytes of RAM. That should be more than enough to handle this. But let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write a command, and we're going to call this, a class, and we're going to call this game chest. And this is going to store a private chest, and a private int tier. And then we're going to have game chest is going to implement configuration serializable, and then we're going to implement the method. So basically, this game chest class represents a chest, and it contains the chest, and then it also contains the tier. Remember, first tier chests are good, like the good items, and second tier chests are the fair items. And I'm not going to worry about like the chest placement, but I guess if you were using this on your own server, you would probably make the better chests harder to get. So we go ahead and make first a hash map string object called data is equal to new hash map string object. And instead of kv, it should be string object. And then we're going to go ahead and say data.put, and then it'll be location, and then that will be chest.getLocation, and then data.put tier to be tier, and then return data. So the game chest can be serialized, and then we obviously need to make a constructor. Game chest. Then this will be a chest, and an int tier. This dot chest is equal to chest. This dot tier is equal to tier. Then we'll write a getter, public chest get chest, which will return chest. Public int get tier. Then this will return tier. And okay, so we have our game chest. Let's head over now to the arena class, and we're going to change this from an array list of chest to an array list of game chest. And then obviously we're going to have, this is going to be a game chest, and we're going to change this a little bit. We're going to change this add, so instead of adding just a chest, we're going to add a new game chest, which will be first the chest, and then second is the tier, which will be settings manager dot get arenas dot integer get id dot chests dot chest id dot tier. And then we also need to change, yeah, so that's fine. And then we're going to change the location to be dot location. So so it'll be, you know, the arena ID, like, you know, arena dot chests dot, and then the ID of the chest, which would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the location. So we pull the location, and then we also do, then finally add the game chest, which has the chest, and then the tier of the chest. And then obviously right here, we'll change this int tier, and then it'll say chest.add new game chest, just chest and tier. So we're going to change the add chest method. And then down here, the start method, we're going to actually change, we're going to take this code right here, and then we are going to move it. So we're going to go to the, where is it called? The game chest command, and then we're going to add public void fill chest, and then this will go ahead and do it. And then we can also delete this for loop, obviously. And then we're going to make two material arrays. We're going to make one called items 1, and then we're going to make one for items 2. And then items 2 is obviously going to have the better stuff in it. So this one will have a golden apple. This one will have an iron sword. This one will have a iron chest plate. This one will have a, I don't know, iron sword might as well. And then I guess that'll probably be it. So we have the items 1, which has the fair items, or sorry, the first tier is supposed to be better. So we have the first tier items, which are the good items, and then the second tier items, which are the okay items. So now we're going to go ahead and say, we're going to delete this line of code right here. And we're going to write like this. We're going to write material, material. And then we're going to say if tier is equal to 1, then material is equal to items 1 at r.nextInt items 1.length. So if it's tier 1, then we get a random material from the items 1 array. Then we're going to say else if it's equal to 2, then we're going to get a random thing from items 2. So that's how we implement the tiers. And then we also just have to say materials equal to null. Okay, so now we added that ability, and we are almost finished with this feature. So, hang on one second, sorry about that. Okay, so then this feature will be, okay, so now we need to make it so that when we do add chest right here, we need to fix this. So let's make sure that they add in a tier. So it's going to be the arena name and then the tier, which is going to be either 1 or 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that support. So right here, we're going to say int tier. Then we're going to say, or sorry, if args.length is less than 2, so if they don't specify enough arguments, we must specify the arena to which the chest will be added and the tier of the chest. You could make it default, but it's up to you. So now we can have the tier. So we can say try integer.parseInt args1. Then we're going to catch exception E, and we're going to send a message saying that is not a number. So what we're doing is we're going to have this tier, and we're going to say tier is equal to. So we need to get the tier from the second argument, which is args1. So we set tier equal to that, but if it doesn't work, like if I put something that's not an integer, then it will say that it's not a number and it will return, so it won't work. But then we can say if tier is not equal to 1 and tier is not equal to 2, then we want to say that it's an invalid tier. So that is an invalid tier. Valid tiers are 1 and 2. So now we make sure that they have to put a valid tier 1 or 2. And then down here we say a.addChest chest and tier, and then we go ahead and set the ID, instead of being chest.getLocation, we're going to set it to be a new game chest, which will take in chest and tier. And then let's go ahead and try to make this a little bit easier to read, just like that. That should make it a little bit easier to read. So now we set the thing to be a game chest. Remember, game chest is serializable, which means that it is fine. Okay, so let's head back over. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and export the plugin now that we added the new feature. And if any of you guys have confusion about what we just did, please let me know. So now let's see, the server, I believe, is back up right now. So I'm going to try to get into it and see if we can do this. And now we're going to reconnect to the console, and good. Okay, so let me go ahead and upload the new version of Bloodbath. Okay, replace, and it's uploading. Good, finished. Now I'm going to reload. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and join the server. Okay, so now I'm on the server, which seems to be doing a lot better now than it was before. And now let's go ahead and see if the command will work. So again, it is saying that I'm running the command, but it's not working. Okay, so let me take a look at the code, because it says right now that it is not working correctly. There might actually be, it's probably an error. So let me take a look. Let's go look at the latest log and see what's going on. Okay, here is the log. And now let's figure out why exactly it won't start. Okay. Okay, here we go. We got a null pointer exception at Arena Manager line 20. So let's go head over to Arena Manager, and line 20 is arenas.clear. Oh, of course. Okay, so I never initialized the array list of arenas, which is pretty embarrassing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in the constructor right here. So we're just going to say arenas is equal to new array list arena. So that was that error, and now it should start as long as there aren't any other major issues. Okay, so now we're rolling, everything's working, and we're doing well. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and we will soon be able to actually play the game. Okay, time to reload the server again, and now let's go ahead and see if it works. Yes, it does. Okay, so if you take a look at my screen right here, you'll see that it does work, and everything there looks good. So Bloodbath does start up properly, which it was not doing before, and now we can actually go ahead and start working. So first thing we have to do, obviously, is get everything set up. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I'm going to go ahead and go to the SG1 and SG2 world, so I will be by myself in this world, and you guys can't come over here yet. But now, I'm going to set fly speed to 10, and I'm going to fly over, because remember, we have World Guard support, which means that you have to choose the position. Okay, so this is a dome. So I'm just going to go ahead and, what is it, Axer, wooden axe. Okay, so I'm going to take my wooden axe, turn super pickaxe on, and now I'm going to grab that block right there. Then I'm going to fly on over. And remember, this selection isn't perfect, but it'll just have to do. It should work well enough, I hope. Just because I'm pretty pressed for time. But okay, so I selected both positions for here for the first arena. So we're going to do Bloodbath, and we're going to call this CA, and we're going to call this SG1. And okay, an internal error occurred, and it is caused by, if you take a look quickly, an unsupported operation exception at command manager line 79. Was that it? Yes, it was command manager line 79. So let's go take a look at what's going on at line 79. New args. Oh, I see. Okay, so instead of doing arrays.asList args, I guess if we do that, then we can't remove an argument. So we'll go ahead and change that. We're just going to make it be a new ArrayList string. Okay, computer is being very slow right now. It's because I have a lot of stuff open, and we're going to make this, instead of a list, be an array list. And then we're going to use a little trick. We're going to say collections.add. And I think that first will take in args and then new args. Okay, computer is being very slow. But this should work. Why is this not working? Alright, I think it's fine. It's just saying that there's an error for some reason. But let me go ahead and export it and see if it'll work. Alright, computer is very, very, very slow, which is obviously not very good. Okay, so Eclipse is, I'm just going to close the server for 1 second. Let's see if that'll help speed it. Yeah, that did. Okay. So I'm going to upload the newer version of Bloodbath. This version should work better, and it's going to reload. And now I'm going to rejoin the server. Oh, and I guess I have to make my selection again since I just reloaded the server. Great. So then I guess let's just go ahead and stick one right there. And then I'm going to fly diagonally to the other side. And I have no idea if this selection is any good. I might have to redo it. But right, there we go. Now let's see if this will work. Bloodbath CA SG1. Another internal error. Oh, it looks like, okay, so there actually was an error. It wasn't telling me that there was, but I guess that there is. And I'm not, oh, because I forgot to say new. And then I need to import collections, and then I might need to swap the arguments. Maybe add all. Let's see if add all is what I want. Collection, okay, so I just have to swap args and new args. Okay, so there we go. Let's see, that should fix the error that we had before. So I'm going to go ahead and upload Bloodbath again. Uploading, and good. So now the server is reloading. time to make my selection one more time. Okay, so I have my first position. And let's go ahead and turn my fly speed up. And then we'll go over diagonal. And I might have to redo the selection. So I'm just going to go down to the ground and over up in the corner. And again, it's easier if the map isn't a dome, which I know that most of these are domes, but it's a lot easier if they are not domes. So I guess that's probably why I'm having so much of an issue. But let's just stick the other point right here. And then we will go ahead and Bloodbath create CA SG1. Yes, okay, it says created arena SG1. Now you must set up the spawns. Okay, so finally something's working. So let's go ahead and check out the configuration file to make sure that it actually generated it correctly. So here's Bloodbath. Here is arenas, and there's what it gave us. It has corner A and it has corner B. So it looks like corner A and corner B. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we're gonna have to change one thing in the code. Okay, so we're going to make, in the main, we're just going to make this is a utility method, but, you know, it's up to you. You could put it in its own class if you wanted. Okay, so public static void save location, and then it's going to take in a settings manager. Because the problem that's happening right now is when I go to save the location, it's not saving it properly. So we need to fix this. So we're going to go ahead and actually it should take in a location and a settings manager called manager. Okay, so then we're going to say manager, or instead of manager, it should probably be, yeah, it should be a configuration section called section. And then we're going to go ahead and say section.set. So we're going to set world, first of all, to be location.getWorld.getName. Then we're going to set x to be location.getX. Then we're going to set y to be location.getY. Then we're going to set z to be location.getZ. And then, let me just check and see. I'm going to just quickly check and see if there's a way. No, there isn't. So then I'll go ahead and say if location, or I guess we might as well just set the pitch and the yaw. So section.set pitch to be location.getPitch, and section.set yaw to be location.getYaw. So there we go. Finally, we need to do, I guess there's no save. Okay. Okay, so this will basically serialize the, that will basically serialize everything for us. And that should keep us good there. And then we need a public static location called load location. And this is going to take in a configuration section. And then we're going to write return new location. And this is going to take in the, so first it's going to be bucket.getServer.getWorld section.getWorld. I think we want getString. If I could spell that right. Okay, so getStringWorld, and then section.get, I think X, Y, and Z are doubles. Yeah, get double X, section.get double Y, section.get double Z. And then, of course, there is the pitch and the yaw, so we're going to get double, not get the full section, dot get double pitch, and section dot get double yaw. And that might give us an error, so I think we might need to pass these to float, or there might not. Okay, so that worked. Okay, so now we have methods for saving and loading locations. So now we just have to go back and fix this in a few places. First one is going to be in game chest. Instead of let me think. Instead of chest.getLocation, that could be an issue. I'm not quite sure, but the first issue is in create arena. So then instead of setting corner A and corner B, we're going to say main.saveLocation s.getMinimumPoint to settingsmanager.getarenas.get, or sorry, we're just going to say .create configuration section name.corner A. And then we also need to save the location for corner B. This is going to be get maximum point to be corner B. And then we want to delete those two lines. So that should fix that first part, the first error. So now I'm going to go ahead and upload the fixed Bloodbath plugin to the server. Now I'm going to reload the server. Oh, and I forgot to delete the file. So let me go ahead and delete Bloodbath, and now I'm going to reload the server again. And, okay, there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and join, and I'm going to set it up again, and this time it should set it up correctly. So I just got my first position. So I'm going to come over here. Sorry, fly speed 10. I'm going to come over here. And then I will go down here. This seems like a pretty good place right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Bloodbath CASG1. So now it says it created the arena. Let's see if it actually created it correctly this time. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Oops, okay. So I accidentally did the wrong thing. I'm going to go ahead and try it again. Refresh. Okay. So now let's check out the arenas file, and let's see if it works this time. Alright, so it looked like it saved corner A, but it didn't save corner B. Maybe I thought I had both positions, so let's just make sure that I didn't accidentally do something wrong. s.getMinimumPoint and s.getMaximumPoint. That all looks fine. So I guess I'll go ahead and try it again. And if that doesn't work, then I'll have to look into it. So let me go ahead and delete the configuration that was generated. And now I'm going to reload. Okay. And now I'm going to give it another try. So I got my first position. So now I'm going to fly over to the other side of the arena. And okay, so I got both positions. It says it created the arena. Let's see if it actually did it correctly this time. I really hope it did. So we're going to edit this. And no. It says that it did not work. Okay, so corner A did not, so corner A worked, but corner B did not work. It's just empty. So the minimum point worked, but the maximum point didn't. So we do, oh yes, that's right, because, and I knew I was going to forget this, I forgot to save it. I forgot to call the save method. And I don't know if it might, yeah, so we're going to make the save method public. So over in Settings Manager, we're going to make that save method public, and then we're going to make sure that you call the save method right there. So after we save the locations, call the save method. I think that it was actually working, it just wasn't updating the configuration file. I hope that was the case. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the new Bloodbath. Replace. I'm going to go ahead and delete the old Bloodbath files. I'm going to reload the server. And let's give it one more try. We're going to go to the SG1 world since I wasn't there already for some reason. And now we'll fly right over to here. And I got my first position. So now we're going to go over here. I'm still waiting for it to generate. And then I'm going to go down and mark my second position. And now let's try Bloodbath CA SG1. No errors. Let's see if it worked. Can't imagine why it wouldn't work. Let's try edit. And yes, it did. As you can see, it finally worked. Both of the corners saved. It saved the world and the XYZ and the pitch and the yaw. Obviously, the pitch and the yaw are going to be 0 because this is a block location, not a player location. The pitch and the yaw have to do with, like, you know, the way that you're looking. So, like, if you're looking straight up in the air or straight down at the ground, or, you know, the direction, the X direction and the Y direction that you're looking, that's what the pitch and the yaw are. So, since it's a block, it doesn't have a pitch and a yaw, but otherwise everything, everything there worked fine. So let's go to the next part of setting up, which would be the spawns. Okay, so as you can see, this has a bunch of spawns, and I'm going to go ahead and set it up. So it would be Bloodbath, and what was the exact command? Add spawn, and then this would be to SG1. And it says an arena. Oh yes, that's right, because after I create the arena, I actually have to reload the server. So I'm going to go ahead and reload the server. And now, okay, so now I'm getting an error. Good. Let's find out what the error is. Probably it didn't load the stuff in properly. So let me grab the logs. Let's grab the latest log and take a look. Okay. So right here, and let's figure out why it's not working. And there's the issue. I know what it is. So arena.java line 41. So let's head over to the arena class, and we're going to go to line 41. And it says that it can't cast this. So instead of calling location get like this, we're going to instead call main.load location, and it's going to take in settings manager.getArenas.get for ID .corner A. So then that will return a configuration section, and then obviously for corner B. So now instead of doing the casting thing, which we did before, that's not what we want to do. We want to do, and this would be configuration section like that, and then this one will also be configuration section. Okay, so now we're going to load in the locations the correct way, and now I see that this issue is happening in other places, like for example right here. Instead of doing casting like that, we're going to say it's id.spawns.spawnID. So we're going to say id.spawns.spawnID, just like that. So we're going to fix it there, and then we're also going to fix it right here. So this is going to be id.chest.chestid.location. So id.chest.chestid.location, just like that. And otherwise everything looks good. So now we just use that main.load location method instead of the other thing that we did before, which obviously did not work. Okay, so upload the new Bloodbath. Getting ready to actually start playing now. So I'm going to reload the server. And now, if I do it, another error. Okay, let's go find out what this error is. Let's take a look at the log again. And, oops, scroll over, and we're going to bring this down to the bottom. Go up a little bit, and now we're getting arena line 48. Arena, and this is line 48. Okay, so the issue is that it's getting the configuration section at id.spawns, but that obviously doesn't exist, so we need to just add a null check right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to say if settings manager.getArenas.contains id.spawns, then we want to load it. So we're obviously going to initialize spawns, but we're going to say that if it contains spawns already, then we're going to do it. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't have any spawns yet. The arena should still be allowed to load. And the same thing with the chests. So id.chests, and then we're going to just cut this and put it inside. So remember, we always still need to initialize the array lists, but we're saying that if it does have spawns defined, or if it does have chests defined, then we load them. What we were doing before was assuming that they were there and then loading, and they weren't there, so that's why we were getting the error. So now let's go ahead and do it again. And guys, I'm sorry about this Russ Donald guy who keeps coming back. Every time I see him, I do ban him, so there's not really too much I can do. But, I don't know. I'm gonna reload the server now, and now it says that this location is outside of the bounds of the arena. Of course it is. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to make my selection a little bit better this time. So let me go ahead and go over to Bloodbath. and I'm going to delete the Bloodbath configurations because I'm going to have to do it all over again. And then I'm going to say reload, and then I'm going to actually okay, and now go over to SG1. I'm going to try something better this time. I'm going to try making my selection and then trying to expand it. See if that'll help. Okay. Oh, and to answer the question about the source, yes, this source will be put on GitHub. So to those of you who want to see the source of the plugin when it's finished, it will be on GitHub. Now remember, this plugin does apply with that, the terms and conditions thing that I stated before. So again, don't just take my code and stick it on your server. But I think that there's an expand command. Yeah, we're gonna expand it by 100 left, by 100 right, by 100 up, and by 100 down. So this selection should now be really, really, really big, and hopefully it will work so that when I go to set the spawns, that will work. So Bloodbath CASG1 created the arena, and now you have to set up the spawns. Okay, so let's go find the spawn right here. And now we're going to turn down the fly speed. Okay, so right here, let's go ahead and try to set up a spawn. And that would be, so add spawn. It says, okay, I have to reload again. Okay, so let's reload. And then try it again. And we get an internal error. It is a null pointer exception at add spawn line 37. If you take a look, null pointer exception, add spawn line 37. So let's go take a look at add spawn line 37. It says settings manager.getArenas.set. Oh, I see a.getID dot spawns. Okay. Yeah, I know what the issue is. So what we need to do here is we need to say if not settings manager.getArenas.contains a.getID.spawns, then we need to create it. So, because right now what's happening is I'm trying to get the configuration section a.getID.spawns, but the issue is that it doesn't exist, so it's a null pointer exception. So we need to say if it doesn't exist, then settings manager.getArenas.create section a.getID.spawns. So now, if it doesn't exist, we're going to create it. And I know that this issue is going to happen. Exact same thing is going to happen in the other classes, so I might as well fix it right now. In the chests, it uses a.getID.chests, so we'll go ahead and change that. And then I think in the lobby signs, it uses... okay, never mind. The lobby signs are actually fine. And then create arena, I think that's also fine. Yeah, because that uses, okay. So we're going to go ahead and export this. Okay. And drag over Bloodbath. Replace. Okay. And reload. So at that point, now let's try Bloodbath ASSG1. Let's see. I think it worked. I guess it doesn't. Let's see if it's supposed to send a message or not. Yeah, I guess it isn't. We should probably have it send a message, but since nothing happened, I think it did work, and we're going to go ahead and check the file in 1 second. Let's just go ahead and add a message. So we're going to say, we're just going to say added chest, or in this case, added lobby sign. And then in this case, we're going to say added spawn. Okay. So that should be good. I'm not actually going to export it right now, but let's just make sure that it is working. Let's go back over to Bloodbath. I'm going to refresh. Then we're going to check the, what would this be, arenas. And, okay, so it looks like, yeah, I think we're still using the old system because this spawn was not set up correctly. So I'm going to delete that part from the file because that's wrong. But the way that we're going to fix it is, yeah, so instead of setting it to be the player's location, we're going to say main.set location. And then it takes in a location, or what is it? I forget which one it takes in first. Let's find out. Come on. Is this the wrong main? No, it isn't. Oh, save location. So the location is going to be, for add spawn, is going to be p.getLocation. And then the section is going to be settings manager .get instance .create arena, or not create arena, sorry, dot create section, and that's going to be a dot get id dot spawns dot, and then it's going to be, we need to get the keys, we need to get the amount of keys. And then that's how we're going to do it. And instead of get instance, it should be get arenas. Okay, so now that should fix that issue, and we probably have to do the same thing. Yeah. Or actually, no, game chest should be okay. It might not, though. We might have to change something. Yeah, both of these we might need to modify a little bit, but that should work okay. So now I'm going to, well, first I have to copy the newer version up. Back, copy it over. Okay, and now we're going to reload. And okay, so reload finish. Let's try doing it again. Finally, added spawn. Good, let's see if it's actually correct. So we're going to go to arenas, and oh yeah, I'm going to make the same issue a lot, but the problem is over in save location, then we need to say settings manager.getArenas.save. So I forgot to save it, and that's why the issue happened. Okay, so I guess we just have to upload this again. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't automatically save if you know, set it, but I don't know. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put up the new version of Bloodbath. Okay, we're going to reload the server. Whoops. Reload, there we go. And now I think it's finished, yes. So now, okay, so now it won't load. Good. Let's check the logs and find out why it won't load. This is all just the you know, problem with debugging. It takes a lot of time just to go back and find it, and especially when you have to, every time you want to do an upload and whatever. But okay, so right here is the error. Main.load location. Okay, so it looks like the file is wrong. Let's see why the file is wrong. We're going to look at the arenas. And we're going to edit this file so we can take a look. Oh, that's right. I think I forgot to delete that because that's wrong. Okay. So now I should be able to reload. And now I'm going to, okay, said it added the spawn. Let's see if it added it correctly. Yes, it did. Take a look there. It added the spawn 0. It did add correctly, which means that that is working. And now it's just a matter of going around and fixing it. So, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly I'm going to grab a stone block. I'm just going to stick a stone block right there so I know that that's where I started before. So now I'm going to go around to the rest of the spawns and get them set up. So again, it's just walking around, and every time you go, you add the spawn. Let's just make sure that it adds that part correctly. And I don't know why that just happened, but yes, see, it did add the second spawn, and the locations are different, which means that it works. So let's go back to the correct world, and let's find where I was before, which spawn, which one has the stone. There it is. No, maybe. Where is which spawn had the stone? Is it gone? I guess, oh no, there it is. Good. So we started here, then we went to the left, and we got that one. So now we are on, there we go. So now we're on this one, and I'm going to go ahead and add another spawn. Then I'm going to head right, come on, there we go. Then I'm going to head right over here. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to add another spawn. And I just have to keep adding these spawns. Okay, shouldn't take too much longer. We just have to keep going around and adding all of the spawns. So, I think we're almost finished. And we're going to add one more. I think we're about to that stone. I think there's this one and one or two more. Almost there. Do that. And then there's a little river right here. Ooh, I have my fly speed really high. Then, we're going to go back. Hang on a second. What did I do this time? Oh, those are not the spawns. Okay, well, I'm not going to go back and change it, but apparently I was supposed to put the spawns where the slabs are, so that was my bad. But if we go ahead and take a look at the arenas file, we should now see that there are 11 different spawns, and they all have different locations, which means that it did work correctly. So now we have all of these spawns set correctly. Let's see what else is left. Okay, so now we have that set up. We need to do the chests and the signs. So let's go ahead and do the chests, and these are all in here. So here are all of the chests. And let me just quickly make sure that they are empty. Yeah, I think they're all empty. So I'm going to go ahead and stick a tier 1 chest right in the middle, and then I'll probably make the rest of them tier 2 chests, but I'm not sure. Okay, so It is Bloodbath. Let me just make sure I remember. It is Bloodbath AC SG1, and then this is going to be a tier 1 chest. It says added chest. I doubt it did it right. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it didn't. Let's see if it did. Yeah, it did it wrong. Okay. So, yeah, it did the chest wrong, so I'm going to delete what it did wrong, and then we have to go fix the chests and the signs. So first, over in game chest, the issue is when I set location to be chest.getLocation, we have to do chest location.world to be chest.getLocation.getWorld.getName. Then we need to put location.x to be chest.getLocation.getX. Then we need to put location.y, chest.getLocation.getY. And then location.z to be chest.getLocation.getZ. So obviously the pitch and yaw don't matter because it's a block, so we're not going to worry about that. And now I'm just going to copy this, and we're going to head over to the lobby sign, and then instead of setting location, we're going to do this, and then we're going to change this to be lock.getWorld, lock.getX, lock.getY, lock.getZ, and delete the part about the tier. Okay, so that should fix that issue. So now I'm going to go ahead and upload it again, replace, and now it's time to reload. And I'm going to just turn on the light really quickly. Much better. Now I can actually see. Okay, so that uploaded and reloaded. So first of all, let's make sure that Bloodbath is working. Of course it isn't. Didn't really expect it to work. But actually, let me just check. I'm pretty sure I know why it's not working. Let me see. No, I guess I don't. Let's find out why it's not working. Let's see. Logs. Then latest.log. Give me a second. Okay. And then I'm gonna, here's the log. I'm gonna bring it over in 1 second. There we go. And now let's see what's going on. First of all, it looks like we're having some issues here. Oh boy, it looks like yeah, I think we're out of memory. That's why. Let me see if I can take care of this. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have to stop the server. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and start the server back up. And server is starting. It looks like I'm looking right now at my screen and it looks like I'm lagging pretty hard. Okay, alright. Oh, well, it looks like it loaded, but now it's telling people that they're supposed to wait for 70-some seconds before logging in. Hang on, let me see if I can get in. Oh, it's chat control. Of course. So chat control will not let... Oh, there, I just got in. Okay, so people should be able to get in now, I hope. It should work a little bit better. But now let's just see if Bloodbath is... Yes, Bloodbath is working, so it was just that it was out of RAM, and we just restarted it. So let's see if add chest works. It says it added the chest. Let's see if it actually added the chest correctly. Sort of. I'm not sure if that'll actually work. Let's try reloading the plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and reload, and let's see if Bloodbath will work. It does. So I guess that means that it does work. Okay. So that chest should be tier 1, and then all the other ones are going to be tier 2. So I'm just going to stick stone right there so I know that that's where I started, and then we're going to add chest 2, and it says SG1 does not exist. Okay, so maybe it actually didn't work. Let's check out the logs. Here is the log. Null pointer exception with the kits. We'll get to that soon. Another null pointer exception with the kits. Oh, this log is a mess. There's a lot of stuff. But I think we want to go up a little bit higher. Yep. Right. Yeah, this is a long exception, but I know what it's going to be. Could not deserialize object. Okay, why not? Is it not going to tell me why it can't deserialize it? Specified class does not exist. We not post dev.bloodbath. That's strange. Looks fine. It might have to do with, like, what's going on with this, like, I don't know, the memory problems that we've been having. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to reload the server. And so here's the one where we were trying to do it. And it says in arena what that name is. Okay, so the same error is still happening. Let me just quickly... Actually, maybe I was supposed to delete. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have serializing. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna comment out the serialization part because we might have to manually set it since it refuses to work. So we're gonna write a public void save, and so we put on a whitelist for now, just because you know, it's hard trying to work with, you know, all the people. You know, it kind of slows down the server, and it's just easier like this. Okay, so we have the configuration section. So we're going to save this to a section, and we're going to say section.set, and we're just basically going to replace data.put with section.set. And then we're probably just going to have to do the same thing over with lobby sign since serialization doesn't work. I don't know why. It should work. And then we're going to set, instead of chest.getLocation, it's going to be lock. And then instead of tier, we have arena. Okay. Section.set. And guys, you will be able to join once it's set up. Once it's set up, you'll be able to join and play, but until then, I'm going to put it on a whitelist because it's easier. That's all. So over in add chest, instead of doing that set thing, we're going to say new game chest tier dot save to, and then we're going to save it to the section that would be settings manager dot get arena, get arenas dot get section, or dot get, and then this is going to be a configuration section. So we're going to do it like that, and then we're just going to, of course, call settings manager dot get arenas dot save. So we want to make sure that we save the file. And then same thing pretty much over in the lobby signs. We're going to say new lobby sign at target.get location and A, and then we're going to save it to that, and then it's going to be get, and instead of like all this stuff, right, come on, stop. Instead of that, it's going to be that. And then save. Okay, so now it should save better. Now I'm going to copy over the new Bloodbath, and I'm going to go ahead and reload. Okay, so the server is reloading, and I'll go ahead and join, and now let's see, I guess I have to re-add this one. We want this to be tier 1, and we get a, right here, game chest, null pointer exception at game chest line 60. That would be section. Oh, yeah, because instead of doing get, we're going to do create section. And same thing in the lobby sign. Instead of doing get, we're going to do create section. Okay. Export, come on. And then let me just check Bloodbath. Let me just make sure that the arenas file is good. Yeah, I'm going to just remove the empty chests part. Okay. And now I'm going to copy over Bloodbath. Okay. Now I'm going to reload. Try it again, and it says added chest. Let's see if it added the chest correctly. Yes, it did. There you go. The chest has location with the world X, Y, and Z, and the tier, which is 1, which means it did it correctly. Now I can go around and... Is my stone gone? I guess it is. Okay, so we're going to start right... Oops. So we're going to start right there, and I'm going to make these all be, be tier 2 chests. So then this is also going to be a tier 2 chest. That's going to be a tier 2 chest. So will that. So will that. So will that. That. And finally, that. Now let me go ahead and remove that block. And let's take a look at the arenas file to see if it actually worked. I really hope it did. Looks good to me. It has 8 chests. Then they're all tier 2 except for the first one, which is tier 1. And they all have different locations, so it's not the same one. Okay. Cool. So the chests are now set up. The last thing to do are the lobby signs, and then I suppose that we will on whitelist and play. So let's go to TP to world, inventory, and then I'll go ahead and set the signs to be, first of all, game mode 1, and then sign. So we're going to put the signs on all 4 sides, and I'm going to make 2 blank signs, one for each arena. I guess we didn't set up the second arena yet, but I guess I will if we need to. So, let's take a look at Bloodbath, and it's going to be ALS, and then for SG1. So it says added lobby sign, but again, the note that I made is that it doesn't update automatically. Like, we have to reload before it'll start working. So let's just make sure that it saved it correctly. It almost did. It saved it, but it didn't save it in the correct subsection. So let me just see. Everything else looks good, but we just have to go over to add lobby sign. And yeah, this should be, instead of, because it was saving it to just, you know, the root section, but instead it needs to be lobby signs dot number. And then we need to go over to arena and make sure that it loads it correctly. Or maybe it's the sign manager that does it, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's for, we have its own file. Yeah, forgot about that. So instead, we're going to do, so let me undo, go back to that. And then instead of get arenas, it's going to be get signs. And then, of course, here it's going to be get signs as well. So I made that mistake. I thought that it would be in the class. Oh, and also, wait, this should also be get signs. Almost didn't catch that. So now we're going to upload it again. And now we're going to reload. And now let's try it. It says added lobby sign, which means that the plugin actually loaded correctly. That's pretty neat. And let's see. Oops, I was looking at the wrong thing. Let's open up signs.yml. And yes, that's set up correctly. Let's just go ahead and reload one more time. And we'll see if the sign starts updating, because it should update as soon as this starts. And let's go take a look at the code to figure out why it is not working. So we go to add the signs, and then we call sign.update. So that sign, yeah, so we do, okay, so let's just add a, just to test, we're going to do a broadcast. And then it's going to broadcast arena.getID. So what this should do is once per second it should broadcast the ID. And so it should, so this should once every second print out a message. It might not be. That might be why it's not working. Okay, so let's upload Bloodbath. Okay. And then we're going to reload. And it says reload complete, which means that it should be working. So let's take a look and see why it could possibly not be working. First of all, let's make sure that sign manager is, so it does register a new sign manager. And get plugin, which is a plugin Bloodbath, and this is named Bloodbath. Yeah. Back to sign manager. It doesn't print out an error message. I don't believe, I didn't see it print out a message. I'm going to just reload it one more time and focus on the console, see if it actually does. Oh, I think I saw a stack trace. So let's go take a look. logs, latest log. Whoops. Come on. Scroll down. And yeah, so there is an error. Oh, it's the same thing, the memory. Okay. So sign manager line 32. Yeah, so instead of doing s.getLocation, yeah, so instead of casting it like this, we're going to say location lock is equal to main.loadLocation, and then the section is going to be s.get get configuration section location. So it was doing the same thing, and I even wrote a to-do about possibly fixing it, and I obviously did need to fix it, and now I just did. So let's export, and now let's upload it. Almost ready to play. Almost. Reloading. And there we go. So it clearly is working. It says SG1 waiting and 0 out of 12. So I think it's good. Let me go ahead and remove that annoying broadcast. That would be in the lobby sign class. And I think that we are ready to unwhitelist and let people in. So we're going to go ahead and shut down the server and then start the server up, and then everyone will be able to rejoin. And okay, so now I'm going to reload, and that should make the messages stop. Yes, good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and stop and reload. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and, okay, the server is starting. And, okay, I think everything loaded. So now let's go ahead and turn off the whitelist. So now everyone can join. So, where's my mouse? Oh, it's in the game. So now everyone can join. Okay. Okay, so everyone is now joining, and we want to put everyone in the spawn. Not quite sure why there are other people here, but there are. So we're going to go to the spawn. Oops, sorry. Okay. Let me... Good, so I think we got everyone at the spawn. And now everyone go ahead and try to join. Let's find where the sign is. Okay, so everyone found the sign. Okay, so I was unable to join, which is not very good. I was probably supposed to be able to join, but I guess we might as well might as well see how it works. In the meantime, while this game is running, it looks like I keep getting a null pointer exception about the kit manager. So let's go ahead and take a look into that. And then, okay, here it is. Just got it again. Kit selection.java line 49. And it's a null pointer exception. So let's check line 49. And it says kit equals a kit manager.get kit get instance.get kit e.get cursor.get item meta.get display name. Okay. So let's figure out why that doesn't work. If kit.get name.equals name return kit return null. So it gets the kit for e.getCursor. Maybe instead of getCursor, it's get current item. So let's try switching that and see if it'll stop the null pointer exception from coming. Okay. So I'm going to stick that on, and now I'm going to reload, and now I'm going to bring my cursor back. And now I'm going to do TP. Oh, okay, there. So I brought everyone back to the spawn, and now I'm going to run over there and see if I can get in. Probably. Let's see if I can make it. This is gonna be intense. Okay, come on. Oh, I think I missed it. Oh boy. Okay. So, alright. Oh boy. So I guess, oh yeah, I guess they're also, okay. There is also a command. Okay, server's reloading. And, okay, so, oh, sorry, it's not 1, it's SG1. Okay, so it looks like, it says oh boy, what is going on here? I think that should be an error. But I'm just going to go ahead and wait for the countdown to stop, and then we'll see what's going on. Let's see also if the countdown actually works. I think it did say it was a countdown at 30 seconds, and I don't see the countdown anymore. I don't know why I'm stuck in this position. Okay, I'm reloading. Okay, let me try joining again. So it does say that I've joined the arena and it freezes me, but it obviously doesn't teleport me. So let's look into that. So add player, method right here. And then it'll do that. So it'll go through all of the spawns. So it gets that far, and it obviously gives me the compass. And it says, I think it prints out the message that I joined the arena. Let's just do Bloodbath join SG1. So it says I joined the arena. That obviously all works, except for the spawn doesn't work. Is it loading in the spawns incorrectly? That's all I could think of. So then it loads in the location, and it constructs a new spawn, which has a location and a player, and then a boolean called hasPlayer. So that looks fine. I wonder why it's not working. Okay, let me drag this back over, upload it, reload. And again, it says that I joined, and it gives me the thing. It looks like everything is fine, except that it clearly isn't. So, it's not teleporting to the correct, it's not teleporting to the player. So I guess we're going to have to print out some debugging messages. And since the console is so spammed, then we will, where is it? Add lobby sign. I'm blanking out. What was I just doing? Oh yeah, spawn. Okay, sorry about that. Arena class, we add all the spawns, and then I guess it's right here that, no, not that, right here where we go through all the spawns, and if the spawn doesn't have a player, so let's go ahead and do, and I'm not going to print it out because, you know, it won't work. I'm just going to broadcast message. And the broadcast message will be spawn.getLocation. So now what it should do is when I join, it should broadcast the, oh, I guess I have to use .toString. So now what it should do is it should find an open spawn and then broadcast the location of the spawn so that I can make sure that it's doing that part correctly. Okay, so now we're reloading. I'm going to go ahead and join, and it says you have joined Arena SG1, which means that I guess it was not able to find a spawn. So let's just go ahead and do boolean success is equal to false, and then we're going to say that success is equal to true, and then we're going to say if not success. So if it doesn't find a spawn, then we're going to basically say that it didn't work. We're going to say could not find spawn. Come on. And we need to move, we're going to actually take this and move it above where we add the player, because obviously if it doesn't work, we don't want to add the player. Okay, upload, replace, reload, command, and oh, look at that, it actually worked that time. Let's fix the glitchiness there, but it obviously worked that time. So let me just go back, teleport everyone back to the spawn, good. And now we will go, okay, so it was able to find the spawn. Let's fix the player move. And then what we're going to do is, okay, so what we're going to do right here is, so we're saying that e.get2.getx is equal to x if the x's are equal and the y's are equal and the z's are equal. But what we're going to do is we're not going to worry about the y's, because the player should be allowed to jump, because I think that the issue is because they're not allowed to jump. We're just going to ignore y so they can jump. And that should fix that like weird glitchy thing where you jump and then it kind of jerks you back and forth. Okay, replace, and oh, good call. Someone, Smelly Jelly, just wrote that I forgot the break. Good call. I think that was an issue that I saw before that I forgot to mention, but yeah, that is certainly a serious issue. But there we go, broke it. Now I need to upload the new version with the break in it. And now I'm going to go ahead and reload. And now I'm going to join. So I'm now here, and I can jump up and down, but I can't move. Okay, so it's still, okay, why, okay, they need to stop teleporting people. Sorry about that, okay. Okay, so now it says that I joined. Okay, and it still seems to be giving this issue. So, okay, I think that I have a better idea. Yeah, so we're just gonna teleport them, which is what we're gonna do. So, reload and send everyone to the spawn. And now we're going to fix this. Let's see if this will make it any better. Player move, and instead of canceling it, we're going to do player.teleport, or sorry, e.get player.teleport, and it will teleport it to e.get from. So that should pretty much stop that from happening. And now we'll go ahead and export. And we'll go ahead and reload. And now let me go back. Okay, so it seems to still be giving me the same issue. It keeps like shuffling me around and okay. Okay, so it is still moving me around. So at this point, I'll come back to that later. Just try not to move around. And the other issue is in Arena, we need to clear the inventory. So right here, p.getInventory.clear. So we want to make sure that we clear the inventory before we add stuff, so they can't bring anything in with them, pretty much. And, okay, we got another idea. Where is it? Player move. About using the block location. .get block, .get location. So we could try that and see if it'll work any better. So there we go. We did that. Let me upload. And reload. And join. Okay, so I think that worked. It changes your, when you move it, moves your yaw or your pitch back, which is kind of strange, but at least it works a lot better, so that'll work for now. Let's go ahead and have everyone join. So let me, what is it, Bloodbath, join SG1. So let's get everyone to join. Alright. So we should be able to, we should get enough people soon. I don't think that the countdown worked. It says super sensor is blocking it. I guess that's the issue. Okay, so we're going to fix that. So I guess that's probably the issue. Whoops. Let's see if people can join. They might still not be able to join. Might be this super sensor thing. Can I just like stop this? Okay, so it looks like I'm just gonna go take care of this super sensor thing. I guess I have to Here, super sensor. I'm just gonna delete this. Okay, so we're just gonna remove it. I'll go ahead and remove it. Okay, and now let's go ahead and reload, and now let's see. So I'm gonna reload, then mvtp, or not spawn. So I gotta go back to world, reload, and then tpl. Ugh, I didn't make it. Okay. So it says that the arena is full, but at least people can actually join. So that's a good thing. So I'll monitor the console, and we'll see what happens there. But I guess I'll just have to get in on the next round, because I did not make it in time. Okay. Alright, and I'm not sure if it's working. I might need to, I'm not sure if it started or not. Let me go over to SD1. Let me go over to the world. Go over and see. Okay, so it could be an issue with the countdown, but I'm not 100% sure why it's not working. Oh, you know what? I think that they don't. Okay, hang on 1 second. I think that we have an issue. Let's check the arena start method. Yeah, okay. So we actually never call the fill chest method. So we're gonna say, come on, for game chest in chest dot fill chest. Computer is being really slow, but we just have to call the fill chest method to fill all the chests. That is one issue. So now I have to reload, and I should be able to get into a game. Yes. Okay. Upload and place. Now I need to join. Go to the world, main world, reload, and TPL. And now I gotta quickly. Ugh, I'm gonna miss. I missed it. Okay. I gotta be ready to get in because everyone's like so crazy about getting in. Okay, this time I'm gonna get in. Bloodbath, join, SG1. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have to do another restart. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna restart the server. Okay, so hang on, we're trying to work on this. And I don't know why it's still up. I'm just gonna stop it. Oh boy. Okay, so we're in the meantime. Let's just go over to the arena class and remove that broadcast, because now it's obviously working. So we can remove that, and now we can re-export and re-upload. Replace. Good. So now the next time when we finally get this to work, will be good. I don't know why this server won't stop. Do I have to stop it? Okay. So let's see if we can get everyone to leave the server, and then we're gonna stop it. Okay, so we're working on this. It's just completely frozen. Not working. We're gonna, yeah, so we just rebooted the entire server, not just the Minecraft server, but the whole system. So now I'm going to go ahead and wait for it to come back up, and then we'll start the server again. And, oh, a good idea about the health, we should probably make it so that when the game starts, the player, so we'll say for player P and players, p.setHealth, we're going to, come on, set health to p.getMaxHealth. So we're going to set their health to their maximum health. And I think we can just ignore the ambiguous thing. That shouldn't be an issue, I don't think. But we'll see if it is. So let's go ahead and upload, place. And yeah, we might as well also set the game mode. Set game mode.survival. So we'll update both things just to make sure. And then we'll copy this over. Okay. Now I'm going to do that, and okay, so now we're just going to wait. And hang on, just waiting for the server to start, and then we can join. Okay. Okay, so it looks like now we can all join. Okay, so looks like maybe I actually got into the arena somehow. I'm not sure if the sign is full or not, because the countdown should start. I didn't see it start, but it might have started. Oh yeah, there we go. The game will begin in 30 seconds. Okay, so obviously we got to fix that. let me quickly go to the countdown and add a space, and then I gotta get back. Yeah, we gotta just put a space right there. Okay, and so it said 30 seconds. Let's see if it'll work, because the next counting number is, I believe, 20. So it should say the game will begin in 20 seconds. Okay, maybe it is not working. The thing. Okay, so let's find out why it only said 30 and then it didn't continue. So we have it start the countdown so that it runs the timer for the plugin, the delay, and then every 1,000. Maybe this is the wrong method. So run task timer. I guess it's probably supposed to be asynchronous. That might fix the issue there. Okay, so let's see if that'll work. Okay, replace, reload, and now join. Okay, so there we go. Now I joined into the arena. Let's get everyone to join. And we'll see if this works. Whew. Okay, so yeah, it looks like, okay, so there, the first countdown came, the game will begin in 30 seconds. Should then again say 20 seconds. I'm really hoping that it does. And that might be another issue with people killing each other before the game starts. Yeah, that we might have to fix that. Alright, so I'll look at that. But it's not saying that the game will begin in 20 seconds. Oh, so not 1,000. That's right. I'm used to dealing with milliseconds because, 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. That's why it's not working. So let's do that. Okay, good call. And now let's reload. And now everyone can join. Okay. So now we'll get everyone to join, and this time it should work because I'm not using milliseconds. Let's wait for the last person. Let's get everyone to join. Alright, I'll fix that, but... Okay, there. It says the game will begin in 30 seconds. So, we should now get a 20-second message. Yep, there we go. Alright. It's looking good so far. Looking good so far. Then 10. Okay. Alright, looks like it's working well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the game has begun. Let's see, can I move? Okay, I can't move. Okay, and it keeps, okay, so first of all, it keeps saying that the game is, okay, I know what the issue is. And we better fix that. Oh boy. Yeah, so the get health thing is going to be an issue. I thought that Bucket fixed that. They had like a whole article about it, and I guess that they didn't fix it. So it's gonna give me a red line. Is it? Or no? Hey, come on. Are you gonna get? Are you gonna? Yeah, you are. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am, but I think that 20 is the max, unless they changed it. But for now, I'm just gonna do 20. Okay, gotta leave the server. Disconnect. Okay, I gotta stop the server. Okay. Yeah, it's because it kept getting an error every single time. That's why it was so bad. Okay. And good. Let me just reload it to make sure that it has the non-bugged version. And then I'm going to go ahead and join. Alright, so now I guess we have to wait for it to start. Okay. Do we need to... Alright, hang on. And now, get everyone to join. Okay, so now everyone should be able to join. And, okay. Okay, so let's see if it'll work better this time. Okay, stop. Wrong person. Okay, so now the game seems like it's actually working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Game has begun, and we keep on getting the same error. Okay, gonna reload. TP all, and now join. Because I do believe that I fixed that. Maybe I didn't upload it. I should probably do that as well. Make it double. If this doesn't work this time, then we'll see. Okay. This is taking a lot longer than I thought, but obviously we've been having a lot of issues with the server, so... Okay, we just got the countdown. "20 seconds. We should get 10 seconds. Okay. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game has begun, and we keep getting the same error. So I'm gonna probably, yeah, no, these are both the same. So I'm gonna re-export. Maybe it didn't export. Okay, so I'm gonna re-export the plugin, re-upload the plugin, and reload the server. Now I'm going to TP to world, TP all, and then join. Alright. So, there we go. Game will begin in 30 seconds. $30, $20, Okay, then 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And okay, now I can actually move. No errors. So let's run up to the chests and see what's going on up here. Someone got the chest. Someone got it. Come on. Yes, 2 bows. 2 bows. Oh, and I just got killed. And I also just respawned in the arena. So now we need to fix that so that it respawns them in the correct place. So I think I know what it is. Where is the... Oh yeah, here, player. Ah, because we need to say e.set. Is it set respawn location? Or no, it needs to be a, let's just try changing this to a player respawn event. Because we want it to happen when a player respawn. Or, I don't know. I think that this could work. And then we're going to say e.set, like, respawn location or set location. Come on, there we go. And then the location, we're just going to do bucket.getServer.getDefaultWorld.getSpawn. It might not be get default world. Bucket. And then instead it's going to be get worlds.getZero, so we get the first world, and then we get the spawn location. Okay. So now when the player respawns, it will of course move them from the arena, but it will also set the respawn location correctly. And then obviously with the player quit event, you know, you could just write a player join, and you know, this would probably not be the best idea, but you know, because I'm just gonna teleport them, so anytime they join, it would automatically teleport them. So that's just gonna make sure that people don't respawn in the arena. And now I'm going to push that up. And, okay. Is Minecraft frozen? I'm just going to quit it. Okay. Yeah, I think it is frozen. And, okay. Let's try running it again. Okay, gonna be very slow. Okay. Okay, respawn. And okay, so it didn't respawn me in the correct place because it is, because I didn't upload the new version. But when I upload the new version, we will be good. So, hang on 1 second. Okay, so let me just quickly export this. And I'm going to upload it, just in case it didn't already. And then, yeah, okay, so I already know about that error. I'm just going to reload. And now we're going to do, what's the command? Bloodbath joins G1. Okay. messages, and now we're gonna get everyone to join. And 1. Okay, so now it's gonna start. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. And almost ready. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game has begun. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully there's not too much more to debug, because this has gone way farther, way longer than I wanted it to, and I also haven't had my dinner yet, so, you know, it'd be nice to eat, but, okay, so as you can see, it did respawn me correctly, so that's good. I guess the last thing that I'm gonna check, oh boy, take a look at this, this Bloodbath block place, I'm not, okay, let's check in, I'm not sure what's causing that message, it might be the rollback manager, no, oh, it's, I think it's a, command block, yeah, I think it's a, command block that keeps on doing that, I'm just not sure, but, let's just go check the sign. So it says 10 people are left. Well, that's interesting. It allows you to join again. I guess that could theoretically, yeah, it shouldn't let you join. Okay, let's just go ahead and fix that, and let's also see if it'll let me leave. Okay, so it does. I'll be back in 1 second, and then we're gonna fix that. Okay, so, what were we just about to fix? Okay, so when we go to add the player, oh, that's weird. We never checked to see if it's already started. So if state is equal to arena state.started, then we obviously don't want to let them join. We'll say this arena has already started. Okay, so that's obviously going to be a very big issue. But otherwise, I don't know. I mean, it looks like everything is coming along well. So, 1 second. Let me just do a reload and TPL. Alright guys, so we're going to play one last game. We're going to join. Okay, I got in. And we're going to, I think everything seems to be working very well, so let's see if we can play one last game and then be finished. If there are other errors that show up, we'll of course be able to, what was I going to say? Yeah, if there are any errors, then of course this will be on GitHub, so myself and other people can contribute fixes, but let's just see if it's good enough to end these 2.5 hours. So let's see. Ah, someone's attacking me. Don't kill me. Wait, I have a bow. Oh wait, I don't have an arrow. I can't use it. Oh, I died. Okay. So I'm obviously not very good at that. But I guess we might as well go take a look at the sign. So it says it started. It obviously won't let me join, which is good. And it says 7 out of 12 people. 6 out of 12. So let's just see if the game will actually end correctly. And then otherwise, the bulk of the issues are finished, and the rest of them we could just finish outside of the video on GitHub, I think. So we got 5 out of 10, or 5 out of 12, sorry. Starting to lose the people. Okay. So we just got to get a few people to die. Still waiting. Still got 5 out of 12 people. And let's see if we can hurry this up. Okay, now we're down to 4 out of 12. We just want to see if we can get it down to 1 and then see if the game will finish. And then otherwise, I don't know. Okay, we're at 3 out of 12. And now we're down to 2 people. Okay, so this should be just about finished. Let's just wait and see. And it says 0 out of 12. It did give the message that someone won, and now it is finished. And it says that the arena has already started, so let's just fix that. Let's see. In the arena class, in remove player, it does say state. Oh, it's the rollback. I'll bet it's the rollback. I'll bet that the rollback is causing the issue. I'll bet the rollback is probably stuck. Okay. So, to be honest, guys, this stream is approaching close to 3 hours. I know that a lot of the time was spent dealing with the server, which had a lot of trouble working in the beginning. So thank you guys for sticking by through that. But I'm going to have to stop the debugging for now because, you know, I'm a little bit tired after sitting here for 3 hours and trying to fix this plugin. It is mostly fixed. We got a ton of we got a ton of bugs fixed. The game does run through. It might have some minor bugs, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this code up on GitHub, and then you can go on GitHub and make if you find a bug in the plugin, you can create an issue, and then myself or someone else could fix the bug. They could submit a pull request that contains the fix, and then it will be fixed. But all of the major things are pretty much worked out, and we were able to just play a game all the way through. So that's going to do it for the SurvivalGames mini-series. Make sure to check out GitHub, which I'll put in the link of the video once I put this on YouTube, so that you can see the code and possibly help contribute. I'm going to emphasize that in accordance with the code terms and conditions that I've laid out, I'm going to add a class in that gives credit. It's just going to be like a join message that broadcasts that you know, I created the plugin. If it is removed, if you decide to use the plugin and you remove the message, then that would be considered, you know, violating the agreement. But if you do want to use the plugin on your own server, as long as you leave in that class that gives credit if I join, then, you know, I think that that's fine. And also, please don't tell people that you made it if you use it on your own server. That would be great. Alright, so, again, thank you guys for, those of you who joined, thank you for your help, and thank you for sticking by for almost 3 hours, which is, you know, very impressive to sit here for 3 hours and deal with this. Alright, so that'll do it for us now. See you guys on the channel later.